Hey, what are you doing?
Welcome back to my channel. If you do not know what this part is this is a segment of my channel called K-pop Rambles. This is a part where I just talk about like a bunch of K-pop things, and I just want to say a quick clarification before we get on with the rest of the video that everything I say and will be saying in these are solely based off of my opinions, which some people can't seem to fathom that all of these are my opinions unless I say that this is a proven fact and I'm talking about something that's like, proven, like, BTS got #1 on like the Hot 100 charts or something. That's a proven fact. That's something I could literally just prove with one picture. Like, bam, there's your picture, there's your proof. But I just want to say that everything I say is solely based off of my opinions, unless I literally tell y'all that everything I'm saying is a fact. If I don't say it's a fact, it's my opinion. So let's get on with the video. The first thing I want to talk about is K-pop and CA and racism in general. Me as a black person, I don't have any whatever the word is I'm looking for to be able to speak on other cultures and other races and other yada yada yada, etc. Don't really care. I can't speak on that, but you know what I can speak on? Black culture, because I am black, and that is honestly the main thing that is abused a lot when it comes to K-pop and K-hip-hop and K anything, honestly. And I just want to say, like, racism in CA is like the biggest problem towards like black people in South Korea in general, like whether you like it or not. And also, here's something else: whether you like it or not, half of the K-pop idols that you love and you worship are racist. Like, even if they apologized, I don't care, they would still be considered in the line of doing racism. I mean, like, there's a line between like doing like CA and racism. I would say like racism starts with saying the N-word when you're not black and on forth. CA is like wearing the clothing, wearing the hairstyles, yada yada yada, all stuff that fits into that category. Doing the dances. Like, if you're not black, or if you were not asked by a black person to wear our clothing or do our dances, don't touch it. Do not touch it. Keep your grimy little fingers away from far away. Don't even look at it. Don't breathe next to it. Don't blink near it. Don't even listen to the sounds of it. Step far away from it, please. Just for the love of my culture, please stay away. And like, but Koreans and mainly K hip hop artists can't seem to grab and fathom that idea that black people are tired of our culture being abused on the daily. Like, it's honestly really, really annoying, because our culture, it literally gets, we have asked these K-hip hop artists to stop saying the N-word and stop wearing our hairstyles so many times, but they act like children. These K-hip hop, like, whether you like it or not, these K-hip hop artists literally act like children. You might not like it because it might be hurting your feelings and your ideals of how perfect these idols are. Newsflash, this is the real world and nobody's perfect, whether you like it or not. They're not perfect. Suck it up. Go cry me a river. Don't care. Like, and they are grown men and women, but they feel like they cannot fathom the idea that black people are tired of our culture being abused on the daily. Especially, it mainly comes with like, normally I wouldn't be like saying any names or calling out any groups or calling out any like solo artists, because I'd be like, if the shoe fits, wear it. I don't care. But this one I will call out by the name, because this shoe fits perfectly. Like, it's the exact same size, fits the foot perfectly, designed for this person. That person is Jay Park. You knew this was going to come, and it came. Jay Park, stay away from my culture. Stay away from my people. We're tired. I'm tired. We're all tired. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Jay Park isn't the only K-hip hop artist with a problem with abusing black culture and doing CA and racism the most. But like, he's at the top. Because like everybody knows Jay Park is like one of the main K hip hop artists that everybody knows the name of. Like, K-pop stands know his name, the K-drama stands, like, they all know his name. Because he's like one of the top K hip hop artists. Like, when you think of K hip hop artists, like the first thing, like I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm gonna give you like 5 minutes to think about it. When I go, it's like, say it's like a word associating game, right? And I go, oh, K hip hop. You're supposed to say something that like comes straight to your mind on like, oh, apple, juice, carrot, orange, K hip hop, J Park. Cause like he's one of the top up there. And like, with that being said, he has a really big influence on these other K hip hop artists. And you're going like, oh, wouldn't that be a good thing? And right now, no, it's a terrible thing. It's a bad thing. It needs to stop. Because he is one of those K hip hop artists that does not care how badly he is abusing other people's cultures, mainly my culture. He doesn't care. And you're like, oh, well, you can't cancel someone that doesn't care. I don't care if they don't care, because I don't care that they don't care. Because either way, they need to be canceled, because this is racism towards a group, a whole race of people we're talking about. Someone who has so much power in the K-hip-hop community being racist towards a whole race of people. And all you can say is, can't cancel somebody that doesn't care. Well, I don't care that he doesn't care. Because at the end of the day, he's only where he is today because of my people. Because of black people. Literally, without black people and us wanting a way to express ourselves, Jay Park would not have a career. I'm pretty sure he'd be singing on the sidelines. He'd probably be working at some kind of McDonald's folding burgers. I do not know. I do not care. Probably working at some arcade, sweeping up some dust and some candy wrappers, emptying coin machines. I do not care. It's a quick clip of PH1 admitting that Korean people don't own hip-hop.
Because that means that I claim it, or that I'm like owning it right now.
Yeah.
But I don't own this genre. I don't own this culture. Mm-hmm. Hip hop isn't even Korean. It's a black culture.
Yeah.
And we're just in love with it, and we're like interpreting in our own ways. And
okay, back to whatever I was saying. Because all I can say that he literally has the biggest problem in racism so far. And it's the fact that he doesn't even take the time out of his day that he has and he knows he has to apologize to black people. Because all he can say to that is, especially when we called him out multiple times for appropriating for CA for his hairstyles, for like dreads and braids and all that kind of stuff, the only thing that he can fathom up to say and get the ideal to say is that it's just hair. It's just hair. You know what? He would not like it if I did the same thing to him. Like, say I go to Korea. I mean, from what I've heard, personally, what I've heard, I'm not saying this is a complete fact. I'm just going off the base of what I heard from Koreans who live in Korea and stuff like that. Is that they don't really care if people wear hanbok. If you don't know what hanbok is like the traditional Korean clothing. But like, say they did care who wore it, and that like they were only strict to Korean people wearing it, right? Say I went to Korea and I was just dressed all up in hanbok, I'm not Korean, none of that or whatever, and I started to freaking dancing to, I don't know, First by Everglow. Y'all are gonna look at me like I'm crazy and make me apologize. I'm pretty sure Jay Park would literally get so mad. But at the end of the day, I'd be like, you know what? It's just clothes though. It's just clothes. Say, what if I start putting chopsticks in my hair? I go, it's just wooden sticks, though. Why does it matter? It's just wooden sticks. Like, you see what I'm getting at? Like, it's more than just what you say it is. And Jay Park is only going like, it's just hair, it's just hair, it's just hair. I can do whatever I want with my hair. It's just hair. It's because he is so ignorant and caught up in himself because he has been praised for too long to the point where he thinks that he doesn't need to take time out of his day to research on what he can do and what he can't do. Which I'm honestly thinking somebody with his background, somebody who can speak English fluently, somebody who can speak Korean fluently, somebody who has access to the internet, and somebody who is not as stupid as they look should know right from wrong. But when it comes to Jay Park, it seems like he can't seem to decide that. And that like goes for like 99% of these K-hip-hop artists anyways. They act like they can't fathom the idea that black people are sick and tired of our culture being abused like this. So honestly, to all the K-hip-hop stans who defend their idols for doing CA and saying the N-word when they know they're not supposed to, and also being disrespectful to other people's cultures and religions, I just want to say, quit standing those people, quit standing any of that stuff, go listen to some Justin Timberlake or something. Okay, so the next topic I wanted to talk about is K-pop stans are delusional whether you like it or not. And before y'all go off in the comments, like going off on me, trying to cancel me, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Like I said at the beginning of this is all my opinion. And I just want to say, y'all are. I'm not excluding myself because I can't say I am a part of this because I am a K-pop stan myself. But I mean, I'm not into that part of delusion. And if this doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. Don't go crying to your mommy about it. But if you do have a problem, talk to a wall. I don't care. I literally couldn't care less because I don't care in general. But what I mean when I say like K-pop stans are delusional whether y'all like it or not, I'm talking about how y'all literally put y'all's idols on this high pedestal and never take them down from that. And how y'all treat every single idol like they have never done anything bad in their whole entire life. And how y'all literally have your whole entire life based around K-pop and K-culture and stuff like that. Like, that's the type of delusional I'm talking about, where you don't do anything unless it contributes to K-pop. You don't talk about anything unless it contributes to K-pop. It's like y'all eat, sleep, and breathe K-pop. It's honestly annoying and delusional, and y'all need to get over yourselves if y'all are the type of people who do that. Like, K-pop is not all that at the end of the day. It's literally just a genre of music with people who sing and dance on stage. So many people do that. Like, what? And it's also the fact that K-pop stans literally push their idols to be this type of perfect human being that can do no wrong to make themselves happy. Like, it's honestly such a big problem with K-pop stans. That's why I say K-pop stans are delusional. Because all of this is just delusional. Because y'all are forgetting that these idols are still people and that they can still mess up and that can still do wrong things. Because like as soon as an idol messes up, y'all are so quickly to defend them and not even give the idol, like, especially when it comes to other people's culture. Like, say like they appropriated someone's culture and they didn't realize it and they ended up apologizing. And there's so many K-pop fans that are so quick to go, oh, you don't have to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. If it has nothing to do with you, be quiet. Like, honestly, be quiet. It has nothing to do with you. Because y'all always feel so quickly, like, y'all feel like y'all have the need to quickly go over there and tell the idol that they don't need to apologize. No, hush, they do need to apologize. Because they realize what they did is wrong, so let them apologize for it. But y'all are so delusional onto the fact that these idols are some perfect, unhuman-like beings that they don't need to apologize for anything that they do, and everything that they do, they need praise for it. Like, an idol can literally just sit there and blink and breathe, and y'all will literally start cheering for them. Like, I feel like y'all are forgetting that these are still people. These are still other humans. And I know there's some, like, scientific facts on why people, like, praise people like idols and stuff, because that's something to do with, like, serotonin boosts and, like, yada, yada, yada. I don't care. I watched, like, 3 episodes of Grey's Anatomy, 2 episodes of The Good Doctor, and, like, half of Cells at Work. Not that good at this. Don't care. But I can just tell y'all, even if it is from that, y'all are still delusional, because it seems like y'all are forgetting the fact that these idols are still human, and that they still need to be held accountable for the things that they do, and y'all need to stop putting them such on these high pedestals. Because if y'all keep on doing that, they're gonna end up like Jay Park. They're gonna end up like GD's Big Bang GD. They're gonna end up like, well, any idol that hasn't apologized for anything racist that they have done. They're gonna end up like Wendy from Red Velvet. Because y'all put them so high up on a pedestal that they think that they don't need to apologize for what they have done because of their social standing. Like, no. You're literally even making these idols forget that they're still human. Because y'all keep on praising them, because y'all are so delusional on the fact that y'all need them to be perfect. Like, understand that these idols are still humans. Like, I don't know what is going on through y'all's brain, but get it through your head. Another topic I wanted to talk about is idols and dating. I forgot to mention, but also and fantasized relationships. This might be a hard pill for some of y'all to swallow.
Open up! It's time for the pill!
Oh, barnacles, I hate the pill.
And I'm going to need you to take that drink and that pill at the same time and swallow it, because some of y'all K-pop fans are so delusional when it comes to idols dating. And like, there is like multiple topics into idols dating, and I want to like try to touch like as many as I can without going like and stretching off too far to where I just can't get back to even be able to transition into another topic. So one of the first things I want to talk about is like shipping when it comes to idols dating, because like some of y'all ships get like so out of hand, because normally like all these ships just start out with like fan service. Like, if you don't know what fan service is, it's like when there's like two, like here's like an example, like 2 male idols like being like really intimate with each other and just doing all like that kind of stuff. Like, I wouldn't call it queer baiting, but it's kind of in that category, I guess you could say, doing like things that would be considered like gay, just to get fans riled up and get them like squealing and stuff like that. And that's like fan service. Just these idols getting like really, really close and touchy with each other to get fans like happy. Because at the end of the day, this fan service puts money in their pockets. Thanks to y'all fangirling, fanboying, fanning, whatever the heck, over this. And like with shipping, with like fan service, like starting from like fan service and all this stuff, it gets like really toxic, because some of these ships literally get so mean to the like, and so toxic to the point like the people who support these ships will literally go off to other idols and literally start bullying and harassing them because they feel like those idols are getting in the way of their own ship. Like, you see how childish that sounds? Like, imagine being that delusional that you feel like other idols that are in the same group with your little delusional ship are getting in the way. Like, some of you are forgetting that these idol groups have been together for so long, longer than you have gotten into that group. But it seems like y'all cannot grasp onto the idea because you're so stuck inside of your ship. And it's just, and then y'all literally start to believe that these idols are like dating. And it's honestly problematic, because I'm just like, first of all, you don't even know if the idol themselves are comfortable with y'all saying that. But like, I mean, heck, do what y'all want to do until they tell you to stop, because that's none of my business. But another part of the idols dating that I want to get into is when idols are actually in relationships, or like when an idol like ends up having like a certain ideal type, an idol ends up like catching feelings for somebody, or they've been in a secret relationship, yada yada yada. I just want to say, when it comes to that kind of stuff, K-pop stans are the worst when it comes to receiving news like about stuff like that. K-pop stans are the absolute worst to tell. Like, if an idol got into a relationship with another idol and they end up having to tell their fans, I literally feel so bad for those idols. Or if an idol got into a relationship with like a random person that was like a non-idol or something, I feel so bad for that idol and that non-idol, or that idol and that other idol, because they know that their fans are so delusional in wanting to be in a relationship with that idol that they forget that these idols have their own personal life. Like, it honestly gets that problematic, and I'm honestly tired of seeing it. Because y'all need to like get out of your little delusional cocoon shell and break out and realize that the whole world and these idols do not revolve around you. Like, I literally have a higher chance of becoming the supreme leader of this whole entire world than you do of you dating your idol. You see what I'm talking about? I literally have the higher chance of like I don't even know, like finding $1 billion laying on the ground and being able to keep it without getting into any kind of trouble or any kind of like investigation than you do with you dating your idols. Like, I have a higher chance of collabing with freaking Lee Tae-min from SHINee on a song when I can't even sing or rap than you do with dating your idol. Like, y'all see how delusional y'all are? Because like, as soon as an idol does get into a relationship, y'all are so quick to be so rude to those idols about it. And especially if you find like their significant others like social medias, especially if they're celebrity as well, y'all are so quick to start bashing on them. And it's honestly childish, because I'm over here like, what does their personal life have to do with us? Like, I feel so bad for these idols, because first of all, I feel like they shouldn't even have to tell us, because it's none of our business at the end of the day. I mean, they can tell us that they want to, but it's like, it doesn't have to be a need. Like, they don't need to tell us anything, because y'all need to realize that their personal life and their life outside of K-pop is none of our business. I mean, it's literally 0% of our business. What they do outside of K-pop and with their lives on a daily basis has nothing to do with us. And I'm going to need y'all to take that pill and swallow it whole. Like, I'm going to need y'all to take that really giant pill and swallow it. Because you need to realize their personal life has nothing to do with us. And that you are not going to marry your idol. Because most of the time, I hope you realize that these idols are not going to date their fans. Because they know the hardships it's going to come with dating a fan. Because they're like, oh, yeah, this person, like, you normally think like, oh, that could be a benefit to date one of your fans, right? Because it'd be like, oh, they already know so much about you. They already know that person loves and cares for you. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that could be a benefit, I guess. But there are so many more cons than there are pros when it comes to stuff like that. Especially saying the fact that like other K-pop stans will end up finding out, having those people's like old stan accounts, exposing them for like stupid things, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Companies getting mad, fans getting mad, the idol getting mad at themselves for what they have done. A whole mess just breaks out because K-pop stans are so delusional when it comes to idols dating. Like, if an idol is dating somebody, it's literally none of our business. If an idol has a family and kids and a wife or a husband, it's none of our business. And I'm going to need y'all to accept that. It's none of our business. It has literally nothing to do with us. So quit thinking that it does. Like, it'll be a little bit of our business if the idol decides to keep us updated with their relationships with another idol or with another person. Unless they do that, it's literally none of our business. So quit crying that you don't get to date your idol and that your idol didn't fall for you. Because like I said, there is a more higher chance of me becoming the supreme ruler of this whole entire planet than you dating your idol. And y'all are going to need to face those facts sooner or later. Okay, another topic I wanted to talk about is like, this one is kind of like a really touchy topic when it comes to this one, but I feel like this topic shouldn't be that hard for people to grasp on, and also to like come together from like all kinds of like fandoms and stuff and agree on this. But it might be really hard because K-pop fans are delusional and toxic altogether, that no group owns a concept. I swear to y'all, no group owns a concept. There are like, I need y'all to realize this. There are not enough concepts in this world for each K-pop group to have their own. Like, there's literally not enough. But it seems like y'all cannot accept that, which is honestly like a really big problem for y'all. Because y'all honestly do need to realize there are honestly, like, the brain does not have enough comprehension to have the enough creativity to create so many concepts. Like, we do not have that much brain power yet. And I know K-pop fans are definitely not close to getting any of that. Half of y'all can barely even remember y'all's times tables. Like, what the heck? Y'all still get mad at somebody if they have the same bias as you. Like, pick a struggle. But honestly, y'all really need to stop getting mad at two groups if they end up having the same concept. Because, like, I remember there was a song with a, like, big theme. Like, it was, like, this cool theme, whatever, that this group had. I'm not going to be naming any groups. Psych, just kidding. Because these pairs of shoes were made perfectly for these fandoms and these groups. So when BTS had their hit Dynamite and Butter and blah, 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 blah with their disco theme, and then I think it was NCT that also came out. It was like, not NCT, Wavy. I think it was either like Super M or like an NCT unit that came out with a song like a few months or something later with also a disco concept to it. And then so many armies going Pharrell and going, oh my god, they're copying BTS. Oh my god, they want to be BTS so badly. This also kind of ties to something else I wanted to talk about, but I do not have the enough power in me to edit all of this, because that is too much to edit right now, and editing is hard, of talking about how BTS paved the way. And that just goes along with something of K-pop stans, and the segment continues of K-pop stans taking a sentence or a word that they do not know how to use and do not know what it means and running faster than Usain Bolt with it. Because if you're going to say somebody paved the way, that means they made a walkway for other people to walk on and indulge in that person's success, while that person with the who paved the way is also getting success from that. So by you saying BTS paved the way for other groups, that's saying that the groups can also do what BTS are doing, because that's how you pave the way for something, is that people see how you're doing a certain thing, and when you pave the way for that certain thing, other people start doing it like you. So if you're going to say BTS paved the way, don't get mad if somebody ends up showing under a couple months later with the same concept. Because y'all also need to realize with that disco concept, BTS did not make up disco concepts at all. Disco concepts have been a thing. They just brought it back. And so did NCT or Super M or whatever group it was. It was a part of NCT. That's all I remember. Because I really didn't care when both of the fandoms were fighting over it. Like a whole bunch of like clowns came out of an army clown car and more clowns came out of a freaking in-citizen clown car and just started blowing a stupid horn at each other's faces and honking each other's nose because they're the biggest clowns. And me personally, I feel like I have the right to say this because I am a part of both fandoms. So I know how both fandoms act. And they're both slow. Like really slow. And that's also might be another hard to swallow pill for y'all. But I'm gonna need y'all to realize y'all are not the brightest bunch out of them all. Y'all are not the smartest fandoms out of them all. Like, trust me. You're not. Also, if you feel hurt by this, by like anything I'm saying, and you feel, well, they're being so mean to me, my feelings are so hurt. Well, if the shoe fits, wear it. Keep it on your foot. Tie the laces up. Super glue it for all I care. But if this has nothing to do with you, keep listening. Agree with me. Disagree with me. I don't care. Because like I said, if the shoe fits, wear it. Because I'm not naming any names out of certain people out of the fandoms. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying this applies to the whole entire fandom. I'm just saying this applies to the part of the fandom who indulges themselves in fan wars 24/7. Like, and I'm back to like the main topic of no group owns a concept. K-pop fans honestly need to get that through their head. That there's literally not enough concepts in this world for each group to have their own. Which y'all can't seem to grasp the idea for some reason. Like, I want you to take every single K-pop group there is, even like the super underrated ones y'all don't even know, like, I don't know, like Chic Angel or 100%. Like, I want you to take those groups and every other groups all the way up to the tippy top to like the biggest group right now, like BTS, and I want you to give every single each one of those groups a concept that is completely different from the other. Like, I literally want you to go do that. Oh, you can't? It makes sense because, like I said, the brain cannot fathom that many ideas. We do not have that ability of creativity yet. So y'all need to calm down and quit getting so heated as soon as you see another group with the same concept as yours. And like I said, half of these groups don't even own these concepts. Like, and also, this is just an example. I'm not saying anyone did this because I don't know. And even if they did, I honestly don't care. Like, if you see somebody else that's rolling up with the freaking pirate aesthetic, like the same like as 80s, don't be going mad and start throwing freaking fire at them and stuff like that because it honestly doesn't matter. And I hope y'all realize y'all can be fighting about these concepts all day because if you go back to view each other's music videos, at the end of the day, these idols are still getting money. And your arguments and y'all arguing between each fandom is just putting more money into these idols' pockets. Because y'all will literally go in and view the music videos and give them views. Especially those type of K-pop fans, those really stupid K-pop fans that will buy official merch and like break it or burn it and put it on camera. And I'm over here like, I hope you realize these idols are still getting paid at the end of the day. And these idols do not care at the end of the day. Like, they literally do not care at all. So why do you think this is going to affect their pockets? Why do you think this is going to affect their money? It's not. But y'all can't seem to get a hold of that idea, which y'all honestly need to, because at the end of the day, these idols are not being affected by it. So go cry me a river, go cry me buckets and buckets of water, go cry me a whole water park of tears if you got hurt by any of this. And if you didn't, and you decided to stay through this whole entire thing, and if you did agree with me on any certain topics in this, then hooray, I don't completely hate you. You're probably like, oh, what do you mean completely hate me? I hate almost every single person I come in contact to. So, in conclusion, K-pop fans are delusional, and they need to get off their high horse and sit down somewhere and calm down.